All right, welcome to the 2023 edition of Democracy in Media's Public Narrative Presentations. According to organizer and Harvard Kennedy School lecturer Marshall Gans, a public narrative uses storytelling as an exercise of leadership by motivating others to join you in action on behalf of a shared purpose. Each student today will tell a story from their own life that illustrates a challenge they want to call you to action to address. And there's a big cake for everyone to celebrate at the end, so please stick around. All right, next up is Niven.
Through my 7 years in BSA Scouting, I've come to truly appreciate the sacrifices that our veterans have made to serve us. Scouting is an organization deeply rooted in service. Service to yourself, service to the community, and service to the nation. A large part of Scouting history is intertwined with military service. However, my respect and admiration for veterans goes far beyond this superficial level of connection. In my time in Scouting, I got to meet soldiers, from sailors on Navy ships to cadets in military academies to Navy SEALs. While everyone I met had countless differences, one thing was constant: their humility and full devotion to protecting the U.S. flag and what it represents. A few years ago, I was working at a scouting ranch over the summer. We did flag retirements every camp to show Cub Scouts how to honor the flag. A flag retirement is a ceremony performed when the flag is no longer fit to represent the U.S., and normally includes burning the flag. Every week, as I gently put the flag down on the fire, I was filled with pride and honor. About halfway through the camp, after retiring the flag, a veteran came up to me, thanking me for the ceremony. In that moment, I was filled with immense pride, a feeling that I'll never forget. Being thanked by someone who had put everything on the line to protect us was a truly unforgettable experience. Recently, the war between Israel and Palestine left many Americans stranded in Israel and Palestine. Americans like you and me who were just visiting their families and loved ones. One of the most surprising things about this conflict that I found out was that US veterans went to Israel to help evacuate Americans. And this wasn't the first time they'd done that. This happened when Americans were evacuating Afghanistan and also in Ukraine. Not only were the veterans serving us or protecting us when they enlisted, but they continued to afterwards. Whether that's making the ultimate sacrifice of their lives, or the sacrifice of a peaceful life, or making the sacrifice of time with their family, it's our troops' sacrifices that result in the safety net we're so used to. But what really happens when an individual enlists and decides to make those sacrifices for our safety? The government spends millions and millions of dollars training them, and they're sent to protect our nation. Enlistment after enlistment, Uncle Sam will continue to support them with anything they might need. Yet, when their enlistment finally ends and they come back stateside, the government forgets about them, discards them like a toy soldier after a kid is done playing with it. Though they had millions to spend while they were enlisted, they didn't have an ounce of money to spend afterwards. Recent reports say that 92% of VA facilities report understaffing. All of this while 500,000 veterans are diagnosed with PTSD and over 1 million have a service-connected disability. But care for these disabilities is secondary. Currently, many veterans don't even have access to getting appointments with the VA services to even understand what they need. They're left powerless without any help. That leaves us with a choice to give a voice to those who are left without one, a choice to push the government to increase VA benefits, a choice to give our veterans the honor they deserve, a choice to speak up. The first step is simple. Show veterans the respect they deserve. When you see someone wearing a veteran hat, take a second and thank them for their service. The second step is harder. While showing respect is great, we need to take action. Call your local senator's office and urge them to increase funding for the VA. If we all work together, we can do right by our troops.